Cincinnati Bengals versus Pittsburgh Steelers. This Bengals Steelers instant reaction video. Look, in one word, pathetic. Let me say this. All credit to Cincinnati because they dominated, in my opinion, this game from start to finish. And this defense, this is the first time I really got to take a good look at Cincinnati. The defense looks way better than it has in the last few years. They're healthier. They're just getting better. The program's getting better. Good for Cincinnati. But Pittsburgh, coming off a loss, this is, I believe, the second game in a row they've lost at home. Steelers fans, correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, Steelers fans, Bengals fans, comment below. What did you think about the game? What surprised you? What ticked you off? Just comment below. I'd like to get a conversation going here. But the Cincinnati Bengals, like I said, they dominated from get-go. Ben Roethlisberger just never looked good. I'm going to get into that in a bit. But let me get into the Bengals stats first. Joe Burrow only threw the ball 18 times, 14 completions, 3 touchdowns on 14 completions, 18 passes. 1 out of every 6 passes was a touchdown today for Joe Burrow, 172 yards. Joe Mixon, 18 carries, 90 yards. 5 yards per carry for Joe Mixon. That is not Pittsburgh Steelers football. But the Bengals, man, look, I've been saying this, and my chief concern or my chief criticism of the Bengals the last few years is that they would never commit to the run. Now they're finally committing to the run. Joe Mixon is one of the best running backs in football. If you're a fantasy football player, you think, he's a running back too. He hasn't been playing well with that. Joe Mixon is a top talent in the NFL. The problem is they just haven't been given the ball. And yes, I know they've been kind of blown out a lot in recent years, but you got to commit to the run. You know, the running coaches like Jay Gruden and Sean McVay and these types of coaches, they don't abandon the run when they're losing in the first half. And Cincinnati, look, they're 2-1 for a reason. They're a lot better. And by the way, Jamar Chase is fantastic. I know a lot of people were again, fantasy football players are saying, T. Higgins, all this stuff. And I think T. Higgins is going to be great. But Jamar Chase is the guy going forward, and I think he's the guy this year. He has 4 touchdowns now in the first couple of games, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 65 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Boyd gives you 6 targets, 4 receptions, 36 yards and a touchdown. And then the rest of the guys kind of go down the line from there. Chris Evans, Mike Thomas, Auden Tate. Basically, they're spreading the ball around. But for me, the Bengals, if they can continue to just pound the ball with Joe Mixon, it's going to open things up, especially for Jamar Chase and, yes, T. Higgins when he's on the field as well, down the field. So Cincinnati, congratulations for a very convincing win today. I'll be honest with you, I picked the Steelers against the spread. My computer projections like Cincinnati. I said, no way the Steelers are going to lose 2 games in a row at home, especially against the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, look at me eating crow. Cincinnati, great job. Ben Roethlisberger over the Steelers, offensive line. Ben Roethlisberger throws the ball 58 times, 35 completions, 318 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. I got to say, he just didn't look all there mentally. He was taking awful sacks, and yes, the offensive line is awful. I mean, they played horribly, and they've played horribly a few weeks. Now, I gave him a pass against the Buffalo Bills because the Buffalo Bills in week 1, they're just a good defense and an improved defense. Week 2, the Raiders, okay, well, you think the Raiders, they're undefeated now. Maybe they'll, maybe they're just an improved defense as well. Week 3, same thing with Cincinnati. Maybe the Cincinnati Bengals defense is improved, and yes, of course they are improved. But man, you got to start to worry. I'm worrying about the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. They're not giving Najee Harris enough holes to run through. Ben Roethlisberger, like I said, taking bad sacks, checking down to Najee Harris on the 4th and 10 from the 11-yard line. My gosh, it was awful. Like I said, comment below. What are your thoughts there, Steelers fans? Am I being too hard on you? I don't think so, but comment below. Najee Harris gives you 14 carries, 40 yards, 2.9 yards per carry. Is it Najee Harris's fault? No, man. He's got 3 people in the backfield every time he gets the ball. He does give you 19 targets today, 14 receptions, 102 yards. That just goes to show you how talented he is as a two-way back. He is a 3-down running back. If you play fantasy football, look, the Steelers' offensive line by the end of the year will be fine. It is bad now. You're going to probably have another 3 or 4 games where it's just not that good on the ground, but Najee Harris will be there in the passing game as well. 14 receptions, 102 yards, no touchdowns, of course. Claypool, 15 targets, 9 receptions, 96 yards, but none of them looked that impressive. I mean, this isn't the Claypool that everybody was super excited about. He's just kind of moving the ball down the field, and it's not Claypool's fault. I'm blaming everything on the offensive line and a little bit mentally today on Ben Roethlisberger. Ray McLeod, Juju Smith-Schuster gives you 4 targets today. On 58 passing attempts, Juju Smith-Schuster gets 4 targets. That's a problem. 3 catches, 25 yards. Freiermuth is, if you're looking for a diamond in the rough or a saving grace or a silver lining or whatever it is, Pat Freiermuth is coming along. 5 targets, 3 receptions, 22 yards, 1 touchdown. Where did Ebron end up? Ebron ended up at 3 targets, no receptions. So that just goes to show you, man, Freiermuth, if you're playing fantasy football, tight ends are being picked up like crazy. He's the guy I would go pick up. I like Pat Freiermuth. I've been hyping him for a while. But, that said, that's kind of the wrap-up. I mean, the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger, Cincinnati was in the backfield all day in the ground and in the passing game. Roethlisberger couldn't get it going. They're saying the no-huddle. I heard today, I was shocked by this, the no-huddle offense only has like 10 to 12 plays in it, and it's more for 2-minute drill. They got to do better offensively. Matt Canada, I've been kind of touting him and hyping him up as a play caller, and I've been very critical of Randy Fichtner before. But look, Canada was the quarterback's coach last year. He knows what the playbook was last year. Install some of the stuff that was working last season, especially in the no-huddle. Come on. I think it's arrogant for Matt Canada to not be implementing Randy Fichtner plays to beef up the no-huddle offense. That's pathetic. They need to do better. Pittsburgh needs to do better. I said Pittsburgh was a top 3 team in the AFC. I'm looking like a moron now, and I'm feeling like a moron because this offensive line is bad, and I don't like what Matt Canada is doing in the offense either. I like that they're going to be committed to the run. Believe me, I love that. But to hear that they only have 10 to 12 plays and then no huddle, that is inexcusable. You have the playbook from last season. Implement some stuff that works. Meet with Ben Roethlisberger. Talk to him. Expand the playbook in the no huddle. They need that. But it really starts up front. Pittsburgh will get it figured out, but it's going to be a tough, probably another, like I said, 3 to 4 weeks until that offensive line can gel, especially in the running game. They need that to happen. So everybody, please like, comment, subscribe, comment below. Bengals fans, Steelers fans, tell me what went right, tell me what went wrong, and we'll catch you again next time.